Hey guys, it's the Comics Kid, and welcome to Our Life Beginning and Always. Welcome back to Our Life Beginning and Always. So, I'm just going to say it right now. I know Marvel Rivals Season 2 is out. I will record a video day of type of thing. I just have to get through the others. I have 7, 8, and 9 to edit still. So I will show off Season 2 eventually. I'm just saying it now because the day I'm recording this, Marvel Rivals Season 2 got announced, and I'm like, okay, I gotta get out of that shit. Yeah, so I'm just saying, I will do it. Let me get my other Rival videos out first. Oh, also, if you hear me, do, that type of thing, I'm painting my nails at the same time I'm recording this, so that's why you'll hear that, so I'm just, blowing on it to, dry it. Anyway, with all of that out of the way, as expected as this was, you were touched. Cove felt like he could tell you what was wrong. I might have tried calling or something, except my dad was on the phone. Okay, fair enough. Cove suddenly looked very cross. Alright, let me guess. Your dad found a girlfriend. Dad... He was talking to my mom. Still is, probably. Okay, never mind. You raised your eyebrows. Cove had eavesdropped on his parents' phone conversation? I'm not judging him for that. I'm judging... because he's not giving context to why this is so bad. That's why I'm like, okay, what's wrong? I don't really care one way or another, so you didn't comment on him eavesdropping. There were other things to talk about. Are you going to stay with your mom for a while again? Every year, Cove was sent off to live with his mom for a few weeks. When it happened varied. Sometimes he would go during winter break, but usually he went during summer. Even though it was hard news when you found out he was leaving you and you missed seeing him those weeks, you understood. To your surprise, however, he shook his head. That's what I thought too, but no, that's not what they were saying. God damn it, I hit my finger. Now I have nail polish, not on my nail, but on my finger. My dad asked my mom to not have me leave this year. He said she could stay with us here. Okay... You waited for him to continue. He didn't. The conversation abruptly dropped off. You couldn't help but stare at Cove. There was a complicated mix of expressions on his face. What did your mom say? She told him she'd come. I know she's coming soon, before school starts. Oh. Ow. God damn it. Did I... Maybe I should paint my nails while recording this. Okay. You had heard Cove talk about his mom a lot over the years. He'd tell you about past memories or whatever happened while he was visiting her. Still, it was one thing to hear about someone and another to actually meet them. Very soon you were going to see Cove's mom in person. Okay. I'm sorry, is this Cat in the Hat? I can't not see Cat in the Hat. I don't know what that is, but you were taken aback by the news, so you could only imagine how Cove felt. You looked over at him. He was pacing around your room, his features pained with dread. Before, they'd barely stay in the room long enough to have lunch, but now we're gonna be all together again, the three of us, after all this time, just for a few weeks. Oh, I get okay. Fuck. Okay. I don't know how to help you, man. I know I probably should be happy that they can talk to each other now. I'm still not. No, that's perfectly fine. I get that. I'm just confused and freaked out, and now I feel really bad for feeling this way. No. Don't feel that bad. It's okay. Oh, I'm trying to think of words to help him. This is very tricky. This is a really, really weird situation. Bill, it's so... His fists tightened, his eyes became misty. Oh, shit. I shouldn't keep getting like this. It's been a long time already, and I'm not a little kid. You're overwhelmed with emotion. It's okay. Though he wouldn't meet your eyes, you knew he was waiting for you to say something. There's nothing wrong with feeling bad. It is hard to deal with. We can deal with this. I'm sorry, Cove. You know I'm here for you. Yeah, that's a lot. You didn't know what to say. I'm sorry, Cove. I'm here for you. Know I'm here for you. Cove sniffled. You were afraid he might really start crying, but he didn't. Instead, he smiled. See, now I kind of feel better. Visiting like this wasn't a bad idea. Yeah. A momentary silence fell over the two of you. You marveled at how the day started. You had woken up eager for summer vacation, but now things seemed so crazy. The mini debacle with Mr. Holden's gift, the newest addition to the neighborhood being so rude, and as if it wasn't enough, now Cove's mom would be living with Cove and his dad again. Yeah, that is a lot in one day, especially on Cove. My god, I was not expecting. Are you okay? Your whole life was kind of like that. It seemed complicated and hard and different. Why couldn't things just get better with time? They never do. They never do. Bill? The sound of your name, said quietly, pulled you from your thoughts. Cove's glazed? At you? Concerned.
Are you okay?
Yeah, sorta. Just long day. Yeah, I'm okay, you mean it. Yeah, I'm okay, you didn't mean it. No, I'm not. I don't know. Who, me? I'm more worried about... Wow, things are kind of bad for it. So, how I would typically answer would be, like, I don't know, and then, like, start verbally processing. Like, saying what I verbally think. Oh, you're not dry. I have no idea how I want to answer. I'm just gonna go with I don't know. I get it. At least I think I do. Cove grinned reassuringly. It was small and delicate, but you knew it was genuine. Moonlight from outside cast shadows across his face and lit up his eyes. They seemed to sparkle with his smile. Ugh, fucking shit. Just that one look brightened your mood up somewhat. You know, I don't think I want to talk about this anymore. He looked away, his lips thinning into a line, and rubbed at his arms. But I kinda don't want to go back home, either. Could I stay a little longer, just doing something else? Fuck it, sleep over. He appeared equal parts fucking Christ, can I read? He appeared equal parts hopeful and vulnerable. How could you possibly turn him away? You can stay tonight, but we shouldn't make a habit out of this. I've got a flashlight and some cards. Are you in? Of course, you can always stay here, Cove. You held his gaze confidently, hoping your words got across to him. Cove perked up at your response, a smile appearing on his face. He immediately took a seat on your bed, not afraid to get comfortable in your room. You felt a little bit better at the sight somehow. You still had a lot of worries, but you were glad he was here. And not just tonight. You were glad he came into your life in the first place. That was a change you never want to undo. It felt totally natural to let him into your little world. That initial friendship had deepened so much over these past years, and you were concerned there was room to get even closer. Or, not concerned. You were certain there was room to get even closer. Wait a minute. wait a damn minute. Back up, buddy boy. You joined Cove on your bed, taking a seat across from him. He smiled at you again, but you could tell this time it was half-hearted. He was still easy to read. Though he didn't want to talk about his mom and dad, he must be thinking about what happened and what's about to happen. You smiled gently at him, you put a hand on his shoulder, you patted his back, you hugged him. You took his hand in yours, you nudged him with your foot. I want to, I want to do both. I want to both hug him and take my hand, like grab his hand. I'm gonna hug him. You moved closer and wrapped your arms around him. It wasn't much, but you hoped the contact helped even a little. Cove froze up, startled. After a moment, his arms came up and he returned your hug. The two of you remained like that for some while. He might have mumbled something to you, but it was too quiet to tell what it was. When you pulled back, his expression softened into something more natural. Conversation was stilted and broken often by silence at first. Then both of you were able to get into your usual candor. As your secret hangout session stretched on, you thought that you truly wanted to keep having moments like this with him. What, random cute moments? Fucking yes, please! You hoped a day would never come when life decided that the two of you would have to part ways, and you knew Cove felt the same. You opened your tired eyes, groaning as they adjusted to the bright light that was streaming through your window and warming your peachy skin. With a loud yawn, you rolled from the sunlight and blinked a couple times, clearing the sleep from your eyes, before realizing with a start that it was actually morning. You couldn't even remember falling asleep. Yeah, that's fair. I can't have that. I lucky bastard. I can't have that. Cove had creeped through your window during the night, and the two of you spent time together, trying not to wake up your parents. You must have fallen asleep while you were hanging out, but couldn't put a finger on exactly when. You wondered how late Cove had stayed before heading home. You rubbed your face and yawned again, contemplating whether you should get out of bed and get ready for the day, or stay snuggled up for a little while longer. Until your gaze landed on an instantly recognizable mop of pale green hair, and you bolted right up and gasped in surprise. Yeah, you two slept together. Alright. He never left! He was still there! In the morning! Oh, fuck. I guess... So, Cove! You laughed out loud, you jumped out of bed, you froze. I guess I guess my response would be like, oh shit, what do I do? Your muscles refused to move an inch, and your eyes widened as you stared at Cove's sleeping form in absolute shock. If your moms found out he had slept here the entire night, you both would be in big trouble. Why? I seriously don't understand what's the problem. Yeah, they're sleeping together. Fucking... Is that the problem? That they slept in bed together? Realizing quickly that you needed to get Cove out of here before your moms or Elizabeth walked in and found him, you willed your body to get a move on and swung your legs over the side of the bed. You whispered in his ear. You shook his shoulder. That's what I usually do. You poked him in the face. You tugged at his hair. You threw a pillow. Shook his shoulder. After giving a firm shake on the shoulder, Cove's eyes flew open and he woke with a start. You scrambled out of the way, and he abruptly jumped to his feet before almost losing his balance and falling back down. He recovered just as quickly, and you faced indignantly. Future me.
Hey.
What was that for? Shut the fuck up! What? The situation dawned on him before he even finished the word. Cove blinked at you a couple times, his mind growing in panic at some thought that only he could hear settled in his mind.
Oh my god!
I fell asleep! You weren't exactly sure what to do as you watched Cove pace a room, looking around frantically. Cove's hand flew to his face, letting out a sigh of relief when he found out his glasses were... Letting out a sigh of relief when he found his glasses right where they were supposed to be. Despite that, he hadn't calmed down completely. The atmosphere was still frazzled. It's going to be alright. We're going to be in so much trouble. Just calm down. Settle down before moms hear you. You didn't say... It's going to be alright. You just need to leave before anyone notices you're here. If they knew, we would have heard about it already. Cove nodded, his shoulders tense as he fixed you with a firm stare with his turquoise eyes. Letting out a heavy sigh, he ran a hand through his hair in expiration. There we go. He couldn't look at you again as he spoke. I'll see you later. You were confused by how all of this had played out, but hoped that was true. Right. Bye, Cove. At that, you were suddenly wrapped up in a tense embrace. As panicked as he was, this seemed to be something he couldn't forget before leaving. Thanks. Again. You're a good friend. A really good friend. Motherfucker, I have a crush on you as well. I can't say it, but god damn it. He verbally whispered the words into the top of your shoulder. It made you feel tingly. Oh my fucking god, you two. Just kiss already, damn it. But you were let go before... Oh, but you were let go before you had the chance to respond or even fully react. In a matter of seconds, he climbed over your bed and opened the window. A cool breeze rolled off the ocean, fluttering through Cove's hair and filling your room with its salty scent. Cove fearlessly stepped out onto the ledge. You wished him luck. Good luck. Be super careful. You weren't sure if he heard you or not, but he kept going along, one foot in front of the other with increasing speed, until his form disappeared out of sight. You stuck your head out of the window as far as it could go to try to keep watch. You stuck your head out the window as far as it could go to try keeping watch. He walked the full length of the ledge before jumping down to the top of the garage, then lowering himself onto the fence. From there, he finally dropped down to the ground. You threw out a thumbs up at his successful climb. He ran off towards his house without stopping, disappearing behind the site of another building. You had to admit that you were pretty impressed at how doable he made that look. Cove always seemed to have a way of seeming so smooth without even meaning to. With a little sigh, you reclosed your window. Deciding there was nothing more you could do, you hopped out of your bed and got ready to head downstairs for the day. I put on my slippers. That's usually what I do. I just fucking, I'm like, okay, slippers. All right, go. You know it was summer, but your slippers were comfy and cozy and made you feel better whenever you wore them. You took the stairs, slowly attempting to mask your face into a look of innocence. You did nothing wrong! You were sure that someone would have come into your room if they had heard anything strange, but you couldn't be too careful. You had to play it cool. When you stepped into the living room, Elizabeth was there, tapping her finger on the counter. Morning, Elizabeth. She looked over at you immediately, her eyes squinting at the greeting. Why are you being so weird? You hadn't even done anything. Your big sister never missed a beat, unfortunately. You turned and offered a tight smile, and her lips pursed together even tighter. Bill? You shrugged it off. You clammed up. When you like to know, sorry, you excitedly blurted out. You folded. Shrugged it off. I'm not. You spoke so nonchalantly, you almost thought she believed you. But you knew better. Further suspicious squinting occurred as she waited for something. But ultimately, she rolled her eyes, and you weren't sure if you were in trouble or not. She didn't seem to care enough to dig any further. Whatever. And then she walked straight out the front door, letting it slam shut behind her, and you let out a brief sigh. Elizabeth went out most days to hang out with her friends from school around town. Today, you were extra glad for it, though you were oh so grateful she hadn't left the house any sooner and risked running into Cove. It looked like you were getting away with that. Breakfast was eaten up in peace and alone. Your moms were both out by the time you had gotten up. They left you a serving of food from the breakfast they made. Hash browns, an omelet, fruit salad, and there were a few sausage. Ooh, hash browns and sausage. Ooh. I wouldn't mind a fruit salad as well. Never had an omelet, though, but I kind of like eggs. I don't really know. You took a little bit of everything. You passed on some parts because they weren't things you liked. You passed on some parts because you were trying to avoid meat. You passed on some parts because you were trying to... give me everything. I don't care. It was tasty. You appreciated that there were variety in the meals your moms made. The day lazily drifted by at home, and eventually your parents returned. Wait, they left? So what was the problem? If my parents... Wait. Okay, wait, what the fuck happened? We're both out by the time you had gotten up. So they were gone! So what was the problem here? What, is there something I'm not understanding? You pulled open the fridge again, lingering in the frosty air for a moment or two before grabbing a bottle of ice cold water and taking a long drink. That actually sounds good right about now. I'm gonna do that. It was a perfect balmy summer afternoon, and you decided to head outdoors and find something to do. Go hang out with Cove. I meant that very sarcastically, but I was just... oh my god. My brain... I said that without thinking. Just go hang out with Cove. You had decided that if something was... you hadn't decided what that something was just yet, but you were sure something would pop up to occupy your time. As you were heading out the front door, you paused for a moment. You hadn't seen Cove since he left that morning, and you couldn't help but think about what had happened to him. Would it be bad to go over to his house right now, or to call to check in? You stepped out of your house, still stuck in an internal debate with yourself, when a voice caught your attention.
Hi.
Hi, Bill. Confused, you looked over to where an unrecognizable woman was waving at you, a friendly smile plastered on her face. Okay, so this is probably Caves. Caves! This is probably Cove's mom. You racked your memory for where you might have seen her before, but nothing came to mind. Not your school or the country club your moms took you. You had absolutely no idea who this woman was. The woman crossed the road towards you, and you were a little unsure whether you should stay put or go back into the house and lock the door. Oops, I'm sorry. Was that presumptuous? I've heard about you, but you have no idea who I am, do you? You shook your head, and she removed her sunglasses to reveal a sparkly ocean blue eyes. All of a sudden, she seemed a little more familiar. Yeah, like I said, this is Cove's mom. My son lives here. And my ex, too. With a bent smile, she lifted a hand to point at the condo across the street from your house. From your own house. She was Cove's mom. Yeah, there we go. Fucking called it. You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner, but now that you'd gotten a good look at... What? You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner, now that you've gotten a good look at her. There we go. Seemed nice, seems sort of strange, look really young. She does look really young. Made sense that she was Cove's mom. She felt so different from Cove. She was super pretty. I'm just gonna go with nice, but I'm just gonna say it for right now. She does really seem nice. She does seem really young, and she is super pretty. All three of those thoughts would probably just be in my mind all at the same time, or just even I would eventually think those things. So just seemed nice. Her attitude was friendly and seemed like she was genuinely happy to meet you. No matter your thoughts on her, you still feel taken aback that she had appeared here so suddenly. Cove mentioned she was coming, but you hadn't gotten the impression it would be the very next day. Yeah, that's also like, what the fuck? She extended a hand again, this time for you to take, and you studied the manicured fingers in front of your face and the assortment of bracelets that dangled from her wrist. I'm Kyra Pierce. You can call me Kyra. I'll shake her hand. You reached out and took her hand, and she shook yours firmly, grinning wide. I'm Bill, but you already know that.
That I do.
Cove mentioned you to me before. It's nice to officially meet you, Bill. Cove talked to you about his mom. He hadn't mentioned how he said things about you to her. What has Cove said about me? What are you doing here? Nice to meet you too. You kept quiet. I'm just gonna say nice to meet you too. She smiled fondly, her eyes crinkling at the corners. The sound of a door opening and closing caught both of your attentions, and when you turned towards the sound, it was to find Cove exiting his house, his eyes skimming the ground. Considering how tall he had grown, you kind of figured his mom also would have been tall, but she was much more on the short side, for an adult anyway. Cove's height must come from his father, or she has the short end of the stick and like her parents are taller than her. His grandparents are taller than her.
My baby.
There you are. I thought you were gonna keep me standing out here all day. You tried to catch Cove's eyes as he walked towards you, but his gaze was firmly fixed on the sidewalk. When he finally crossed at the road and looked up, he gave you a pitiful look. After the way he acted last night, you knew he must be feeling pretty mixed up about all this. You tried to wordlessly express that you understood. Cove and I are heading into town to grab something to eat while the snore is at work. The snore? Oh, are you talking about his dad? By the way, does he ever get a name, or is he just forever Cove's dad? Okay, if she's going to be like that, then I super expect Cove's gonna stay over more. Kyra beamed at Cove and ruffled his hair, which only seemed to upset him more. You assumed the snore she was talking about was Mr. Holden. Yeah. If I was truly here, I would, like, right before they leave, I would just say, like, to Cove, hey, whenever you need to vent about your mom, like, dunking on your dad, or, like, whatever, or vice versa, if you just need someone to listen and you need to vent, I'm always here, type of thing. Because it's very, very annoying and very, very hard on kids when the parent trash talks the other. And I should know, because I constantly got that as a kid. Like, yes, if they're, like, it's not always gonna be the same for every parent, but, like, if both parents love their kid, but they just don't like each other, and none of them are abusive, don't trash talk the other parent, because that is their dad or their mom. That is the other parent to them. It just sucks. It's never fun. It's never, like, it's just hard to hear that. It's just hard to hear it. Like, they know you don't like him. Like, you know you don't like them. I'm saying him because Kyra is here and they're talking about Cove's father, so that's why I'm like him. That's why I'm focused on the male pronouns. They get why they get why you don't like the other parent, but that doesn't matter because they're the other parent. They're still like the mom or the dad. Hey, you should come with us, Bill. I'd love to get to know you better. Yeah, you should come. Well, that is clear incentive that Cove wants me around. There was pleading in his tone that you couldn't miss. Yeah, I'll come. Of course, we'll run it by your parents first. Responsibility and all of that.
Any whoosies.
I'm sorry, what? It'll give me an excuse to meet them, which I need to do at some point. It's important to be neighborly if I'm going to be roosting on this street for the time being. Any whoosies, let's go! Kyra walked ahead towards your house, and you hung back with Cove, who crinkled at his nose as he watched her.
Sorry.
I'm sorry about her, but I really do want you to come. I don't want it to be just the two of us. Not right now. I completely get it. I completely fucking get it, Cove. You do not have to explain anything to me. I get it. You leaned in closer and whispered while checking around for anyone who might hear. What happened? Did your dad know you were gone? Cove shook his head and sighed heavily. Dad was so focused on Mom showing up that he didn't even notice. Well, that's a good thing, I guess! I thought when I heard them on the phone last night that it was something they were planning for the future. This morning Dad said it was supposed to be a surprise, and I guess I was surprised. She's gonna be here all summer! Wow! That... Yeesh, my guy. I am so sorry. Oh. You were surprised to hear that, too. Cove sighed again, even heavier. I'll go with you if you really want me to. No, I fucking course I will! He smiled, his shoulders relaxing a little in relief. Thanks, that'd be cool. The two of you headed over to where Cove's mom had just knocked on your front door and stood behind her. Mom answered the door after a minute, her eyebrows lifting in surprise at the group she found in front of her. You realized that, like you, she would have no idea that it was Cove's mom who was hanging with you. However, after blinking at the woman a couple of times and looking between her and Cove, the realization seemed to strike on her. Hello there, I'm Pamela.
I see.
I see you've met my kid Bill, and I'm guessing you already know Cove. You've already known Cove for a while. Kyra laughed, and you and Cove exchanged looked at your parents' weird sense of humor. I don't get it. Fucking parents have their weird... I don't get it. Whatever. I'm Kyra Price, Cove's mom. It's so nice to meet you. A head of purple-brown hair caught your eyes as Ma popped up behind Mom, squeezing herself in beside her. We have company. I was wondering what all the commotion was. Wait! Am I understanding this correct? The parents were not home when I woke up. I had breakfast. Once I had breakfast, they came back. She grinned excitedly at Kyra. The two of them introduced themselves and shook hands.
Hello.
Hi, Bill. Cove. Cove smiled at Ma shyly and gestured a hand towards the living room. There's no use hanging around the doorway. Why don't you come in? I'd love to, but I promised to take my son out to eat, and I wouldn't want to hold you up with a surprise visit. Cove grimaced and held back a groan. He likely took offense at how she didn't want to put them out with a surprise visit, but not him, apparently. Yeah, that's a little... Oh, I'm sure he loves his mom and everything. Just, this whole ordeal is... I understand. You're welcome to stop by anytime.
Of course.
I'll take you up on that offer. Whenever I can. Count on it. Would you mind, too, if Bill went with Cove and I? My treat. I won't be driving. Just a quick walk down the road. Sure, that sounds nice.
Have fun.
I hope you have fun. You gave your moms a look, and they smiled at you fondly. You were happy they were letting you go. You were annoyed they agreed, just like that. No, I'm happy. Because Cove clearly needs me in this. So I would be very annoyed if they didn't let me go. You could tell that Cove really needed the support, and you were ready to be there for him. Marvelous. Expect us in an hour or two. We look forward to seeing you again. Take care. Alright, so that seems like a pretty good end to it. Like, there was a couple spots where I was like, okay, we should end it here. But I was like, I need to record a little bit more because I don't think I can get a full video out of that. I'm ending it here. Thank you guys so much for watching this. If you guys liked it, please leave a like, hit subscribe. It would really help me become a big YouTuber. Oh, fucking Christ. Big YouTuber star man. That is eventually what I'm working towards. Ring the bell for notifications to see more Our Life Beginning and Always. Our Life Beginning and Always is an active series. Some other active series that I'm still going through are Minecraft, Bendy and the Dark Revival, Psychonauts, Pokemon White, and Night in the Woods. Some finished playthroughs if you just want to binge an entire playthrough, or if you only have time for a one-off. Some of those are Undertale, Verlet Swing, Doki Doki Literature Club, Tukoni, and I have done a couple of song covers. So yeah, so with that, I will see you guys in the next issue. See you!